Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
Our first port of call is Ulzebek.
Back where you first started out.
Yeah, along with my dad.
You okay? You don't look so good.
I think I'm just a little seasick, that's all.
Liar.
Huh?
You heard me. You've never been good at hiding your emotions, Xion.
Excuse me? Just what do you... No. You're right. I'm sorry.
Is it about Alphen?
No. Not just him.
Something you can't talk about?
Rinwell, I'm not like the rest of you.
Of course you are! No, I'm serious. Back when we first met, I think maybe then I did think we were different. But now I know that isn't true. You and I are the same, Xion. We're alike in more ways than you know. If any of us is different, it's me. I'm a Danon who can use magic. I may be the last. My family and I have been living in hiding as long as I can remember.
Everyone has their own pain that can be hard for other people to understand. I saw the two of you talking and thought you could use a third wheel. So, here I am. Sorry.
If anyone's the odd one out here, it's me. Believe me, you don't want to listen to my problems.
Want me to go?
I didn't say that.
I get that you must have a lot circling around that head of yours. And that's okay. Whatever's worrying you right now, you're allowed to worry about it. And you don't have to talk about it if you don't want to. I know I'm not a Renin like you, or a mage like Rinwell. I'm not a sovereign, maiden, or lord. I'm just a Danon who used to be a slave. But regardless of all that, I'm here for you, Xion.
That goes for me too. We all want to be there for you. Me and Hootle and even the boys. I promise. I mean, that is what friends are supposed to do, right?
I said this to Alphen, and now I'll say it to you. You're not alone in this.
Thank you. Rinwell. Kisara.
And right on cue, I think I should make my way back and lie down for a bit. My battle with this ship continues.
Yeah, I better head back too. We wouldn't want the guys thinking they're in charge. Can you imagine Law at the helm? Who knows what kind of trouble we'd get into?
Still, if that's true, then it's all the more reason I have to do this.
Aw, are you tired, Hootle?
You sure he's not just trying to hide from us?
All right, Something is definitely up with Shion.
Yeah, something big by the looks of it. I've never seen her so serious.
So, do you think we should say something to Alphen then?
I was wondering the same thing myself, but then it occurred to me. Whatever this thing on her mind is, it's probably the last thing in the world she wants people to know about. If she's trying this hard to keep it secret, then it's not really our place to go telling people before she's ready.
Yeah.
I can't tell them. There's just no way I could, right? What am I supposed to do?
That was quite the little adventure we went on.
I feel like somebody's watching us.
Maybe there's someone around here who needs our help.
Wow!
Thank you. What? Great!
Yeah.
Wow.
I wish I could get an examination.
Well, if you say so. Let me see, yes, you're in well, all right?
If only your brain could keep up with your mouth.
I'm impressed how well balanced this thing is. Good. This came out just...
Do you sense one of your friends, Hootle?
I'm getting pretty hungry.
Want to sit down and fix something?
Yep, the sooner the better. There's no point in reading it unless you plan on making it. Hoo-hoo. Hoo! Hoo-hoo-hoo. Look, Hootle! One of your buddies! Hoo! Hoo! Do you sense one of your friends, Hootle?
You finally made it.
Do you sense one of your friends, Hootle?
Let's see what you've got. My turn!
Rain down in pure light! Well, looky here! Look, Hootle! One of your buddies! Do you sense one of your friends, Hootle?
We've reached our destination.
Okay, off we go.
Go no further!
Hold up! Is this as valuable as I think it is?
Lost!
Take this!
Stand in the wind!
Now! Take this!
Winds of heaven! First floor!
Easy peasy, huh, Hoodle?
I won't forgive you! Looks like it could be worth something.
Discourteous, aren't you?
Demon Lash!
A comfortable win.
Looks like we made it here in one piece.
Okay, off we go.
Coming through!
Shattering it to pieces!
We've turned the tables on him. Right, no time to hold back.
Let's keep our eyes on the prize.
Little help!
Here I come! My turn!
We won that by a mile!
Calaglia.
Everyone around here looks so much happier than they used to.
I'll say, it feels like an entirely different place. I suppose it's had time to adjust to its newfound freedom.
Zephyr would have been so happy to see this.
Yeah, he really would have. Especially if he knew Law was... Law? Something bothering you, Law?
Nah, I'll be fine. It's just, you know.
It still weighs on you, doesn't it? Running away back then.
I abandoned my home. Then when I finally come back, it's been liberated. What's important is that it's free. I get that, I do. I just... I should have been here. What do you say we check back in on the ranch?
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
Nice. No scratches on my shield or my armor.
We've reached our destination.
Discourteous, aren't you?
Let's keep our eyes on the prize.
What do you say we check back in on the ranch?
It's quite hot here. The climate feels different from Menancia's.
It's gotten much cooler since leaving town, though.
Does that mean eyes were burning holes in us?
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
Looks like we made it here in one piece.
Oh, just one thing after another, and it all falls on my head too.
Hey, Nath.
What? Can't you see I'm... Alphen?
Looks like you have your hands full.
As much as ever. As if I wasn't busy enough putting down the last remnants of Renan rule, I'm up to my ears in Danan disputes. And then, to top it all off, that thing had to come crashing down from out of the sky.
Pretty sure we've heard this somewhere before.
But enough about my problems. What can I help you with?
Yeah, we're looking for an old Renan starship. You wouldn't happen to know any around these parts, would you?
A starship? What do you need one of those for?
To get to Lenegus.
Lenegus? Are you out of your damn mind?
Believe it or not, it wouldn't be the craziest thing we've done recently.
Well, I believe it. Well, either way, I'm afraid I haven't heard anything about a starship.
Then do you have any historical records by chance?
Sure, we've got stacks of old records.
Mind if we take a look at them?
Yeah, okay.
Thanks, Nath.
I read through all of the records, but I only found a single line that might point to what we're looking for. It mentions a rock that shot across the sky and landed past the mountains. The event was recorded just before the first Renan invasion.
And you think that might be the starship?
I don't know. There was nothing else in the records that came even close. It looked like it was someplace called Berg, but maybe I'm reading it wrong.
Berg?
That ring any bells for you?
Yeah, that's one of the biggest volcanoes in Calaglia. I was just there recently, investigating a report of a meteor someone saw.
Another meteor in the same area? Really?
I wonder if it could have been one of those lights that shot out of the wedge.
All the more reason to check it out. Can you tell us how to get there?
The old Zion mine is up that way. One of the veins we abandoned connects to the volcano. Go ahead and use that. But you should be careful.
Huh?
I don't know if it has anything to do with the meteor. There's a giant Zoogle running riot in there. Never seen anything like it.
A Zoogle, huh?
I turned back as soon as I caught sight of the thing, so I can't tell you much more. Just be real careful if you head out that way.
Hmm.
All right.
I guess...
Right.
I didn't like the sound of that monster Nath was talking.
Everything okay with Hootle, Rinwell? He seems kinda out of spirits.
It must be the heat getting to him. We don't get these kind of temperatures back in Cyslodia.
Galaglians born and raised here struggle with it too, so it's no surprise.
Aha! So that's why his plumage is so white. He was born in a winter wonderland.
Actually, Dan and owls absorb the astral energy of whatever land they're raised in. Where they're born doesn't affect their appearance at all. But that's not why he's white. The real reason is that he's still just a baby.
You mean their plumage changes color depending on where they grow up? Weird.
And with all this traveling we've been doing, it wouldn't surprise me if his wings ended up looking like a colorful painting.
I think he suits his snowy complexion. It'll feel strange to see him change.
How awesome would it be if his head and wings were different colors, and his stomach and sides, like a map of our travels? Ow, lay off, will ya? So much for the heat making him docile.
You've only yourself to blame for that one. Hootle takes pride in his appearance, you know.
Fascinating. An appreciation of aesthetic beauty in an owlet so young.
Dohalim, I think you've drawn his attention.
Courteous, aren't you?
Here I come! Air
A comfortable win.
What do you say we check back in on the ranch?
Get lost!
Now, while it's reeling!
Get down!
Nice. No scratches on my shield or my armor.
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
So we're back in the Zion Mine tunnels. Who would have thought we'd be going through this place again? This is where you and I first fought together.
And also the first time we touched, as I recall.
Wait, really?
Yes, really.
So this path is supposed to take us out to Berg Volcano?
We're not gonna see any lava burst out in front of us or anything, are we?
Don't get so paranoid you let a rock fall on your head, Law. Ugh, so hot.
Well, yeah. We've reached the inner portion of Berg Volcano.
We need to find that starship. And fast! Let the marksman handle this!
I'm not done!
This one's mine!
Dragon Swarm!
Not in your dream! It's a duel of the arts!
Can't get out of this!
Dragon Swarm! Got fire!
I've got this! Let a marksman handle it!
Take this! All
Do
yours!
it!
Chill!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished! Come
Here
and
I
face
go.
me!
Got me!
Thrust!
Mega Ray!
Dragon Swarm!
Photon Blast!
Sword Rain Alpha! Vacuum
Do
Blade!
it!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
On my turn! You're mine!
Rain down and Radiant Pierce!
Sword Rain Alpha!
That was almost too easy.
No enemy can stand against us!
If only every battle went so well.
You got company! The flames will roar!
This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me.
Good! I'll leave it to you! Sword Rain Alpha! There!
Bloody flying freak! Why can't they just sit still?
Sia, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done!
Here I come!
No armor can stop me!
Remind me to stay on your good side.
The enemy's really on it too.
We'll soon see about that!
Denied! I'll smash you!
Not today! Dragon Swarm!
It looks like you got them covered!
Dragon Swarm! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Thunder Field! Don't mind if I do!
You're mine! I'm ready! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! My turn!
Ready and raring! Now you see what I can do!
Dragon Swarm!
Lightning now!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
I still got a ways to go!
This looks nice and tough.
Huh.
further!
Struck!
Radiant here!
Can you get
Try harder! Eat
The
it!
highest thing is armor! Illuminate the dark!
Nothing can hide me.
Holy
Back in their defenses.
charge like
Let
that?
you have your uses. Here's the evil!
Justice, I'll show you how useful I can be. Now you see what I can do.
Malevolent! Arctic
I shall ensure you survive this!
A whirling trouble! Winds of heaven! First force!
Sword Lane Alpha!
I'll heal you all!
There! Here I come! Strike!
Healing circle! Sleep now.
Next! Now!
Grateful.
I don't know what I'd do without you.
Perhaps now isn't the time. Here I
I
come!
really don't.
There!
Mega ray!
I'll smash you.
I can handle it!
Burn in hell!
Mega ray!
You're mine! Dragon
Can't
Swarm!
get out of this.
Wind astral energy! Radiant! Now! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
With your flames and my technique,
We're stronger together than we are apart.
You can make plants grow instantly? What if we use this for fruits and vegetables?
I'd rather not be our party's fertilizer. Thank you very much.
No choice! Take this!
Illuminate the dark!
Dragon Swarm!
Field! Holy light! Mega ray!
Dragon Swarm!
Burning strike! Winds of heaven!
ST airborne scoundrel!
Leave the enemy to our job for yours truly!
Milky place here.
Here's the evil!
Double Demon Fang!
Freeze blazer! Winds of heaven!
Dragon
First,
Swarm!
this is it!
Here!
Sleep now! Let's get you a blazer!
Blow away! Here I come!
I'll
face you! Escape! Blow away! Dragon Swarm!
All disasters made one!
Take this!
Air pressure.
Was that a new skill I saw back there?
Indeed. Well, sort of. Actually, it's a family staple harkening back 8 generations.
Maybe you can just write all this down? Hold on to your arts. Here I come!
In a bind!
Here!
Dragon Swarm! Come one, come on!
Ready and where are you going? Do it! Astral energy!
Say no more! Got it!
Well done!
Dragon Swarm!
Denied. I'll smash you.
Holy land!
Elucidate deity!
What mind if I do? Do it! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished! Now! Sword Lane Alpha!
Burning truck! Haha! Am I on a roll or what?
well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
My face is starting to sting. My throat feels super parched.
Here, have some water. Just make sure you don't drink too much.
Thanks.
You want some too, Shion? Oh, wait. You're hungry more than anything, aren't you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Hi, Hoodle!
All mine!
Seismic rupture. Crescent slash.
You're mine!
Onward.
I'm not done!
Are those rocks in skin?
Eat this! Aim for the weak spot!
There you go! Don't let up! Do it!
Still!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
That's some power you wield.
You're the one who did the heavy lifting.
see what you've got. Take this!
Radiant blood!
Damn it!
I'll smash you!
You crawled up! Time to get out of the way!
Where are you going?
Dragon form! Negative gate!
Here's the evil. Sleep now.
They
I'll stop it!
Do it, Kitara.
Regeneration! My turn! My reach is even wider!
Hey, one at a time.
Regenerate! You picked the wrong one!
Celestial
I'm not done! Dragon form! Sword Rain Alpha! Smite with blackened blade!
By the power of
Dragon form!
Hear me!
Try harder! My turn! Sword Rain Alpha!
Do it.
Reload! Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis. You don't mess around.
My turn! Certainly not. Sword Rain Alpha! Take this!
Yours are not the skills of just any warrior.
Save your compliments. We have to move.
Ribbon ends, I would say.
There! Elusive deity! Dragon form! Eat this! Regenerate!
I'm ready for the next battle.
Let's see what you've got.
Not on mine. They're attacking from behind. This one's mine. You have to aim for the bright area on their back.
I'll smash you!
Now.
Aim.
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished.
Will this help?
Not a chance. Crush!
I can handle it!
Dragon form!
Power it up!
I owe you one. Dragon Eagle Ray!
Why'd you heal me?
To stop you dying?
Burn in hell!
Do it. Astral energy.
Say no more. Shut!
Well done.
I'm not done! Take this! Sword Rain Alpha! Elusive
Here
deity!
goes!
Take this! I'll thank you!
Confiscated.
Dragon Swarm!
I never miss.
Take this! Armor won't save you!
Mega
You're
ray.
finished! That's
Redo
Dragon
it.
Swarm! Remember!
Astral energy.
Say no more! On your time! Dragon Swarm! Double Demon Fang! Dragon Swarm! Sword Rain Alpha!
More for the stockpile.
I know fine weapon material when I see it. I found... some equipment.
Let me take a look at it.
Little help.
Here I come! Not today! Everlasting Dot! Dragon Form! I'll smash you!
I'm ready!
Dragon Swarm! They smite with blackened blade! Double Demon Fang! Megasonic Thrust! Take this! Execution! Crush! Dragon Swarm! Negative gate! Take this! Vacuum Blade! Dragon Swarm! Sword Elusive Deity! Eagle Ray! You're mine!
Confiscated.
Shattering pieces! You're mine!
Now!
Totally! In an instant! Impact Block! We work well together.
Like a finely
Beyond
timed
the
roll.
darkest sky.
Soaring Light Spear!
Where are you going?
Hurricane Thrust!
Now.
All yours, Kisara!
Hey, Poodle's quivering. I think we're about to be real lucky.
of you know what's good for you.
Crush! Burn! Armor won't save you! Elusive deity! Dragon Swarm! Back down! Shield!
This one's got your name on it!
Action to action. A merry destruction.
There's still more to go. They're all coming after me.
I'm coming, Manuel.
I'm not scared. I'm totally fine. Here's the evil.
Vacuum Blade!
Bloody
Sword Rain Alpha!
A whirling struggle.
It's over!
Dragon
Swarm!
Take this.
I'm ready!
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished! Now!
Hold on to your
Dragon
breath.
Swarm!
Here I come.
Back! We've turned the tables on him.
There are still more left.
Right! No time to hold back. I'm ready! Not today!
Elusive
Dragon Swarm!
Rotating pile. No more playing nice.
Sword Rain Alpha!
Take this.
Take it!
Bloody hell. This one's mine.
Dragon Swarm!
Now.
Negative gate.
We managed to pull through.
This bridge will hold itself together, right?
Most definitely. Though I won't make any promises.
Which one is it?
Go no further.
Here I come!
Far enough! Armor won't save you!
Power of water.
Dragon Swarm!
That's really
Vacuum Blade!
You require help. Can't get out of
Aim
this.
for the weak spot! Dragon Swarm! Vacuum Blade!
Crushing blast.
Not in your dreams.
There! Wide open!
It won't escape me.
Dragon Swarm!
Here's now.
Blow them away! We managed to pull through. What's this thing?
Hey, look at that enemy. This won't be easy.
Here I come!
Don't be such a pessimist. Annihilation!
Smash you!
Let the marksman
Dragon
handle
Swarm!
it. I never miss.
Sword Rain Alpha! Try harder! Now!
Ready to go! Do it! Get toasty!
Bird Strike!
Stay calm. I shall provide assistance.
Armor won't save you!
Watch this on!
Elusive deity.
Vacuum! Now we're not. You picked the wrong fight! Totally! In an instant! Impact block! We work well together.
Like a
Take this!
finely timed waltz.
Stardust!
Can't get out of this.
Now
Power
Is that a healing one?
It is.
Dragon
I can't ignore your pain. I'll try to be more careful.
In here! Let the
Sword Rain
down
Alpha!
together!
I'm ready! There!
It's the wind!
Blow them away!
I think I'm getting stronger. This will be a delicious
Dragon Swarm! This one's all mine! Vacuum Blade! You picked the wrong fight! I'll take you all off! There!
Now! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished! None!
Go time!
Radiant blood here!
I can carve through armor!
Take elusive deity!
I'm all stocked up.
Double demon fang!
Now, here! This one's got your name on it!
Action to action!
That was way stronger than regular firepower.
You won't hear me complaining.
Get lost!
Take this!
Raging this around
Dragon Swarm! Turbine Alpha! Vacuum Blade!
This one's mine!
Exploit the enemy's weakness.
I'm ready! Totally! In an instant! Impact Block! We work well together.
Like a finely timed waltz.
Burn! Dragon Swarm! I'm ready! Totally! In an instant! Impact Block! My turn!
On your way! Leave the charges to me! Do it!
Being interrupted.
You're mine! Dragon Swarm!
So I still had room to grow.
It's crazy to see rocks melt before our eyes.
Watch where you're going. Everyone, if you fall, there will be nothing left of you.
I didn't know you had that sort of trick up your sleeve, Dorleen. I would have figured rocks and plants would be too... different for you to handle both.
Callous, calcified, calaglia.
What kind of poem is that?
A sparse one.
Go no further!
It's time!
Here I go!
Can't get out of this!
Illuminate the dark!
Try harder! Not a chance!
Killing the dream!
No
Exploit the enemy's weakness.
Dragon Swarm!
Dance in the wind!
Vacuum Blade!
Air corruption!
Swordline Alpha!
Do it! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Here, let me help.
My turn!
Illuminate the dark!
Burn it out!
There you go! Now! Astral energy!
Say no more!
You sure showed them.
All in a day's work.
I won't forget you!
Take this! Now you see what I can do! Dragon Swarm! Take this! Resonate with the eye! You're mine!
Exploit the enemy's weakness.
Dragon Swarm! Back!
Winds of heaven! First force! Here!
Dragon
Here,
Swarm!
let me help!
Swordline Alpha!
Leave the charges to me! I'll be safe
Dragon
this way!
Swarm!
Let Astral
Martha!
Illuminate the netherworld! Holy land!
Dragon Swarm!
Far enough!
Swordline Alpha!
Sorry,
Back
I didn't want to put you out.
What are friends for if we can't depend on one another?
You're right. I'll bear that in mind.
Dragon Swarm! Eagle Ray! Swordline Alpha! Catapult!
Amazing.
Dragon Swarm! I'm ready! Kisara! Commander of Heaven! Phoenix Cyclops!
Let's refrain from losing.
Right, here goes! You're mine! Can't get out of this!
Rain down in
I can carve through armor!
Lunar, this one's mine!
I'll grind you into dust!
Not in your dreams!
Backup blade! Sword Rain Alpha!
Do it! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Here's a healing
It's on!
Raging
I'm not
Storm!
done!
First aid!
Now I can let loose! Sword Rain Alpha!
Purge Malevolence!
Burn!
Waterfall!
Here I go!
Ready to go! One more!
Healing escape!
Far enough!
Dragon Sword!
Astral Energy!
Say no more! Shut!
Well done!
Here I come! Sword Rain Alpha!
Shattering of
Do it!
Attack!
Remote!
Astral Energy!
Say no more! That astral energy was incredible!
I gave it everything I had.
What the hell is that thing?
Probably that monster Nath warned us about, if I had to guess.
Do you think this might have been where one of those lights that shot out of the wedge landed?
But why this location? If the purpose of the wedge is to harvest Dana's astral energy.
We can figure that out later. If that thing gets into town, it's going to cause chaos. We need to take it down and move on. Let's go! This one's tough, but we have no choice.
Let me know if you need healing.
Here it comes! Focus!
On your toes, everyone!
Suddenly turning tail doesn't seem so ridiculous.
Why? Are you scared?
Me? Are you?
Do you even have to ask? Of course I'm scared!
Focus up before we become that thing's lunch.
It's summoning Zoogle? Take care of them while keeping an eye on it! Get on in there with
Charge like that can easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop.
Vacuum blade! Not today!
I can carve through armor!
There you go! Don't let up!
Where are you going?
Dragon Swarm!
Gravitas Field! Wind Astral Energy!
Far enough!
No!
Annihilation!
Everlasting shot!
Dragon
Not
Swarm!
on my watch!
Take this! In a bind?
Mega Ray! Charged
finished!
light by the
I'll take you all! This one's mine!
Black and blue!
Burn in hell! Dragon Swarm! Vacuum blade!
Now you see what I can do!
It looks like you got this one covered! Flame of Fury! Burning Strike! Glacial Spear!
It's over!
More for the stockpile!
Take this!
Glacial Spear! Here's Evil!
Dragon Swarm!
It's showtime! Freeze Lancer!
Another incantation ruined.
Illuminate the dark!
Wide open!
It won't escape me.
You're finished!
I'm
ready! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! Now!
Radiant light!
Oh, not done! Not today!
Here! I can handle it! I'll be waiting
No
for
arts
one!
being interrupted.
Where are you going?
I can do it all
Negative
day!
gate! Far enough! Shattering of pieces! Attack time!
The fluidity of your
Armor won't
movements
save
is
you!
Holy Land!
Seismic Rupture!
You require
Alpha!
Take this!
There!
Annihilation!
Vacuum blade!
Illuminate the
Dragon Swarm!
Here's Evil! Holy Land!
Here I come! Dragon Swarm!
Not on my watch!
Healing
Flame Fury!
Armor won't save you!
Strike!
Here I come!
Rain down! Mega Ray!
Nothing gets by me! Here come more!
You'll just have to keep fighting.
Here I come!
That's my cue!
No Shut him down!
I can carve through armor!
Dragon Swarm!
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
You're mine!
Radiant light! Force of regenerate! Don't suffer in silence.
I'm taking too much damage!
Try harder! Now! Here I come! We did it! Not a chance!
What did I do? Here goes! Lightning condensed! Now! Astral energy!
Say no more! Got it!
Well done!
I'm not done! Sword Rain Alpha!
I'm ready! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Shine! Radiant light!
Serious
Force of regeneration!
Ignite!
A banana! Let's go!
Dragon Swarm!
Mega ray!
You must be tired of healing me. I'm merely doing what I can to help.
Glad you're on our
Take
side,
this.
Joachim.
That did it.
This one's mine! Reinforcements incoming! Not a problem!
Constantine! Art expert coming through!
Bloody howling!
Dragon Swarm!
Take this!
Up and... Let's go! What did I do? They're all coming after me!
I'm coming, Redwell.
I'm not scared. I'm totally fine. Where are you going? Get toasty!
Burn strike!
Here's a hero! My extra card! First aid! Waterfall!
Negative gate!
All won't save you!
Denied!
Burning strike! Glacial spear! Here's a hero! Magic close one!
Sword Rain Alpha! Try harder! My turn! Sword Rain Alpha! Stay away from my friend! Try harder! Not a chance! No escape!
No more playing nice!
It's on! Not today! Here I come! Dragon Swarm! Try harder! My turn! Try harder!
It won't end like this.
Sword Rain Alpha! Stop! Dragon Swarm!
Take this!
Not a chance!
Ready to go!
Holy land! First aid!
In a bind!
Hear me! Flame of Fury!
Your blade moves like silk. I just let my instincts take it. How fascinating.
As impressive as always.
Where I hoped I was equal.
No, I mean, you're even better than ever.
I've never seen Xion actually look flustered.
Be let free!
Amazing.
Eat dirt!
On your
You're mine!
Now, this one's mine.
No escape!
I'll be saving you.
Sword Rain Alpha!
I'll heal you all. In the wind.
prepare to be seized.
Sleep now.
Take this!
Dragon
Circle
Swarm!
up in the south aisle.
Vacuum Blade!
Resonate with the earth!
Take this! Up and at 'em. Let's go!
Armor won't save you!
Photon blast! Malevolent! Blah, blah, blah.
Dragon
That's it.
Air pressure!
Vacuum Blade!
I'll be saving you. Here's
You're
evil.
finished!
Reflect on
Dragon
my skin.
Swarm!
They smite with black
Eat dirt!
All disasters made one.
Dragon Swarm!
Security!
Sword Rain Alpha!
Take this!
Dragon Swarm! Now, forward freely!
Take it down!
Down!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished! should do it!
Radiant light! Force of regeneration!
Nothing gets by me!
It's about to strike!
Look sharp, everyone!
I can feel the medicine working. Everyone all right?
We won't surrender. We won't retreat. Not yet.
Whatever you do, just please stay safe.
How are we supposed to take on something so big?
I'll handle it.
Alvin!
Watch and learn! That's enough! Go back down!
Everyone okay?
Yeah, I think so.
That thing scared the pants off me.
It felt like it had a different aura than other Zeugles, didn't it?
Yeah, it wasn't like the one that Almadria sicked on us either.
Its elemental astral energy variance was out of this world. It was like fighting a lord.
I guess it's safe to assume that if it came out of the wedge, it must have played some part in helping harvest astral energy. But what?
Perhaps a living spirit vessel? It's plausible, given the location. Or it may be part of a new force dispatched to regain control of Dana.
If we assume that monster was one of the 4 beams of light, we must have prevented something from taking place here.
I'd like to think so, knowing how much grief it gave us. But at least with that out of the way, we can keep moving forward now. Let's go.
I can feel my precision improving.
Hey, is that it over there?
Have you guys checked your equipment lately?
Alvin?
Did you remember something?
No, but I have seen this starship before. This is it. This is the ship I traveled in when I escaped from Lenegis.
3 centuries later, and it's no worse for wear. I'll take a look at the internals.
Damn! I'm amazed it still works at all after all this time.
The past meets the present. I really am from a different time and place.
Yeah, but you've got us now, Alvin.
Not only that, but you've helped out so many people, too.
Law's right. Rinwell too. You're one of us now. No more carrying the weight of history on your shoulders. You're a part of this world.
Right. Thanks, you guys.
How's it look?
It should fly. All internal systems seem to be operating. However, considering how long it's remained inactive, I suspect it will take some time before it's ready for takeoff.
How much time are we talking here?
Starship mechanics are not what I'd call my forte, so I'd rather not hazard a guess.
So we've just got to sit around here and wait? I'm terrible at waiting.
That's because you're a child. Oh, but how about we use this time to prepare and gather supplies for the trip?
Good idea. Who knows when we'll be back from Lenegis once we leave. We should prepare ourselves for every possible scenario before we go.
Let's try not to stay away too long. I'd hate for anything to happen to the place while we're gone.
Either we race ahead, or we take due precaution to ensure we have no regrets. I shall leave it up to you as to how we proceed, Alphen.
Works for me.
It's funny, isn't it?
What is?
All this. When we first started this thing, did you ever imagine we'd be going to Lenegis? After all, this is the sort of thing I was rebelling against when I ran away from home, right?
I'm sure Zephyr would be proud if he knew what his son was doing right now.
And a little shocked, too.
We're defying the order of things that have persisted for 300 years. Deep down, I knew our journey would lead to confronting Lenegis.
Yeah, you maybe, but you're a Renan. The rest of us can barely even picture what it means to leave Dana.
No offense to Shion and Dohalim, but it's worth remembering we're heading into enemy territory.
No offense taken, and this is no picnic for me either.
Remember, our aim is to ensure that both Lenegis and the Renan homeworld leave Dana alone for good. I don't think we'll be able to avoid a fight.
Is there no way we can talk them into leaving us alone?
The people of Lenegis?
Sure. I mean, we found a way to make it work with Shion and Dohalim, right? And it's not just us. If places like Menancia can do it, then why can't we?
Because there are still many of my kind who believe it was right and natural that Rena reigns over Dana. There are those on Lenegis who have never stepped foot on Dana. I doubt whether they'd even listen to Danans.
Look, none of us want to fight. But these are the same people who fired that wedge down on Dana. What happens next is on them.
Right. We're not going to sit back and wait for them to oppress us again.
Right.
Don't forget, there's also a good chance the Red Woman is somewhere on Lenegis. And wherever she is, we should find the Renaissance too.
That's right. If we can take it back, then Xion can finally get rid of her thorns. Xion?
Huh? Yeah.
Where? Xion? Where'd Xion go? How could she just go off on her own? Xion. Xion!
It's your thorns? But why? You okay? Just now, it looked like you used your maiden powers to suppress your thorns. You can really do that?
Stay out of my way.
Wait a second. Are you planning to go alone?
Shut up!
Why would you do this?
I told you to shut up!
I won't let you.
I mean it.
I refuse to let you.
I won't tell you again. Move or I'll shoot.
If that's the case, then go ahead and shoot me!
Do you remember back when I was stabbed? By Rolron?
Yeah. I thought for sure that he had killed you back there.
That wasn't the first time.
Huh?
The first time was when I was only a child. After that, no matter how often, I just couldn't die.
Couldn't die? So you're immortal? How's that even...
I believe you, Xion. But tell me how... How is something like that possible?
My thorns. They're me, but at the same time not. They're part of me. I have no idea why, but my thorns will never let me die. At least not before I'm meant to.
You can't die before your death?
When my thorns free themselves, it will be my death. I've seen it. A darkness that swallows up everything until nothing remains. It's a vision of oblivion I can't escape. I want to believe it's all just a bad dream. But no matter what I tell myself, I know it's not.
Yeah, but
Wait, the whole reason you needed the Renaissance was to get rid of your thorns, right?
If I burn away what's inside, then what will happen to the rest of me? Right. Either way you look at it, I'm going to die. But if I am going to die, I figure I can at least take my thorns out with me. That's what I've been after this whole time.
That's why you turned your back on your fellow Renans and chose to fight with us, isn't it? And while we've all been fighting to keep on living, you have been with us fighting desperately to die.
That was the plan. But then I met all of you. And before I knew it, I didn't want to die anymore.
Shion, don't lose hope yet. We'll find a way to save you. There's still time to.
It's pointless.
Why?
Because the darkness won't just consume me. The truth is, it will consume all of existence as well. It was only a suspicion at first, but ever since the Red Woman triggered my maiden powers, I've been more certain than ever before. It was then that I finally came to realize my powers were holding my thorns in check the entire time. But they don't anymore. Not since Lenegis, when the wedge fell. Every day, I feel the thorn's power growing stronger inside of me. Pretty soon, I won't be able to hold them back anymore. And when that happens,
they will consume all existence.
And that's why you wanted to leave by yourself. You planned to find the Renaissance on your own and sacrifice yourself to stop the thorns.
But that's too much. It's way too much.
When this all began, I didn't care what happened to me or anyone else. And what happened to the Renans or the Danans didn't matter to me at all. I know I have to die, but I don't want to. Not now that I have this. I wish we had never met. Then I wouldn't have to feel this way.
Shion!
Alvin?
Living for the sake of dying is no better than being a slave. How can you endure this?
Alvin.
It's not fair. I don't care what anybody says. I won't let it happen! We can fight this! Fight until the end together. Isn't that what you said to me before?
Even if it should mean that it'll be the end of everything else, too?
Shion, what do you want? It's your decision, ultimately. But if you decide not to fight fate, I will. Even if I have to do it alone.
No, you won't be alone. I'll fight as well.
Count me in as well. I want to be a force for good, not hate.
And me too. I meant it with all of my heart when I told you before. Neither of you are alone in this at all.
You guys...
And I, for one, don't believe this venture is without hope.
Huh?
Shion is the descendant of a maiden from 300 years ago. Given the circumstances, it seems very likely that those events have some connection to her thorns. the true nature of which I imagine we will discover as we make our way to Lenegis and uncover the truth of what's unfolding here.
I take it you mean we might find a way to get rid of her thorns and she'll live?
It's certainly possible. Though I suspect the nature of the Sovereign is connected somehow.
So be it. I've already lost everything I had once. And I won't let it happen again. Shion. No matter what happens from now on, we're right here with you. All of us are. You are not alone.
You guys... You're all so stubborn. Thank you, everyone. For right now, and a little while longer, I just want to hold on to this dream. And most of all, more than anything else, I want to be with all of you. So let's go. On to Lenegis.
The end of the world. It's hard to believe, isn't it?
I believe Shion is telling the truth. What about you?
As a friend, yes, I want to believe her. Everything that's happened seems to point towards some sort of great danger that's lurking ahead of us. Still, it's hard to fathom something that could usher outright doom to the world. That those really are the stakes we face.
No, I understand. Even Shion doesn't seem to know exactly what will happen to bring it all about.
We have so many pieces of the puzzle in our hands, so many clues, yet the complete picture eludes us.
So where do her thorns fit in then?
Well, I imagine they must sit at the very center of it all. You remember the voice we all heard while we were inside the wedge, don't you?
Yeah, I remember. It was the will of Dana's astral energy come to life. Or that's what we all thought.
Right. And from that, we're able to hypothesize how vast concentrations of astral energy can become sentient. Let's return to when we found Shion in Pelegion. When her thorns went wild, they contained far more astral energy than any mere Renin would normally have inside them.
So you think those thorns might be alive too? That their will is what keeps her from dying? But why would they want to destroy the entire world?
As for that, I really cannot say for certain. Its goals still remain a mystery. It may be a mere fluke that her maiden powers have been able to contain it thus far.
You know, I've noticed since we've met that you like figuring out riddles.
Can you blame me? When one realizes that the world they once thought to be true is but a mere facade, they can't help but seek the truth. Especially when that deception has led to others getting hurt.
Dohalim?
I imagine the remaining pieces of the puzzle that we seek rest somewhere within Lenegis. As for what the final picture will look like, who can say? I think it's best we not dwell on it too much for the time being.
Right.
How you holding up?
Who, me?
Yes, you. You took a hit from those thorns again, didn't you?
Oh, that? That was nothing.
Compared to what Shion's going through, you mean? Still, even if you yourself might be willing to endure that kind of pain, that doesn't mean Shion wants to have to see you get hurt by her thorns, you know?
Yeah, I know. I'll be careful.
Shion doesn't know how lucky she is to have you around, you know? Dashing in to save her at the last minute.
Yeah, very funny.
I'm being serious. You went up and held her close like you still had that mask on, and you didn't even bat an eye. She really needed that. That's what I mean when I said you saved her. Just like you did with the rest of us.
I just want for Shion what we all have. The ability to touch someone without the fear of killing them. Those thorns have robbed her of the kind of everyday things we all take for granted. And it's not right.
You can say that again. It may be normal for us, but that doesn't make it any less special or important for her. I hope she gets what she wants. I have my own dreams, but a world without her, where she dies so we can all survive, isn't a world I want to live in.
Agreed. It's like more and more keeps getting taken from her, and I'm done with it. Can't sleep?
After everything we just heard, how could I?
Fair enough.
Shion's had to deal with so much on her own. Even when we were all laughing and celebrating, she just kept quiet and didn't say anything. I thought she was keeping her distance because of her thorns. That it was because she didn't want to hurt anybody by getting too close. I just figured that that was the type of person she was, you know? But it turned out to be none of that. All this time, she felt like she had to die and sacrifice herself for the greater good. But even then, she didn't think she could say anything to us about it.
I know.
She was so alone this entire time. How could I call her a friend and yet be so completely blind to everything she was going through?
I'm sure it made her happy, knowing you were there for her.
You really think so?
Yeah, I do. If she didn't think of us as friends, I don't think she could have ever opened up to us like that. You were a good friend to her before, and you'll be an even better one now.
Yeah, I really hope so. I want to be the best I can for her. When you think about it, we were all alone in our own way. But over time, we've all found ways to let each other into our lives. I hope Shion's able to do that one day too. No, I mean, I hope she's able to do that more. Lots and lots more. I think it'd be really nice if we could all just be there to support each other when it really counts. And forget about our grudges and pain.
Rinwell.
Did you know?
You mean about Shion?
Yeah, I didn't have the slightest idea. I mean, every once in a while I thought something seemed a little off, but I never could have imagined. It's like a completely different world was spinning around me and I couldn't even see it.
You and me both. I mean, I knew something was bothering her, but I could never quite figure out what it was.
You? But you're the one always looking out for her, aren't you?
That's what I thought. But in reality, I didn't understand it all. What I thought was helping and being there for her was actually just driving her into a corner.
At least you figured it out in time, though, right?
I don't think we're out of the woods yet. But yeah, you're right. We brought her back from the edge, and we're going to stop those thorns from taking her. No matter what.
Yeah, with all of us together, there's nothing we can't handle. Shion, the world, we can save everyone. And I mean it when I say we, Alphen.
I know. No lone wolfing it.
Hey, you're the expert on what my dad would say. Do you think he'd pat me on the back or tell me off?
Zephyr, I don't think that he'd have that much to say, to be honest. You're your own man now, Law. And you've already made up your own mind about what you want.
I guess he couldn't say anything even if he wanted to.
Law.
Sorry. I guess those of us amongst the living have enough problems to deal with, don't we? We'll need all our strength to save Shion. I'll probably end up worrying again at some point, but I guess I'll think it over more then. That okay?
Yeah, I think it is. Hey, you doing all right?
I seem to cause nothing but worry. As much as I try to look like I have things under control, everyone still worries about me.
You're not the only one.
Hey, do you remember the first time you said I was your friend?
No? When was that? Sorry, I can't remember.
That's okay. It came so naturally to you, I'm not surprised you forgot. I was different back then. The Danans were not even people to me, and I knew I would always be alone. But in that room with Deadime, when you called me your friend, it just shattered the wall that I'd built up around me. Because until that moment, I'd only seen you as a means to an end. I thought of you as a way to use the blazing sword, and to obtain the Renis Alma. But after that day, one time became two, and before I knew it, you'd made a habit of calling me and Dohalim your friends. It didn't matter that we were Renins. You cared about us as you would any other people. Then, everyone else started to call me their friend too, to think of me as their friend. Before then, I never even dreamed I could have that. I didn't want to die and lose you all. But I also didn't want to live if it meant you would all die in my place.
Shion.
But then, I realized I'd only really been thinking of myself that entire time. After saying how I felt, and hearing what you all had to say, I finally understood that. Don't worry, it's okay. I'm not planning on dying anymore. I've met too many people along the way who I truly care about to give in now. So I'll fight. For Dana and for myself. I'll fight against my fate to preserve our future. And I'll win, come hell or high water. I don't know how we're going to do it, but I won't let the world end because of me.
It's going to be a long, hard road ahead, Shion. Our fight won't be over until everyone, both Danans and Renins, can finally live in peace. But I swear I'll be there with you, until the very end.
Thank you.
Remember what we learned back in Calaglia? There's no wall so high that we can't break it down.
Yeah, I think you may be right about that.
Everyone well rested? Then let's go. We depart for Lenegis.
You sense one of your pals, Hoodle?
Here goes!
Take it!
Glacial Spear.
Front!
Here's evil.
Take this!
Didn't even break a sweat.
Maybe something's going on in the...
Coming through!
Here I come!
I thought you were going to wreck the place. I'm not nearly finished yet. Then I'll provide assistance however I can.
This could be useful.
What's on the other side of this door, anyway?
Why ask me when you can just open it and find out?
This is...
But this is...
Right.
Kisara. Oh.
Wow!
Nice one, Elfin.
Thanks. Gotta keep up with the competition.
Personally, I prefer below.
This looks nice and tough.
Well, most of the perches are filled up now. Frankly, I'm amazed there's so many of these guys.
What cautious lives they must have lived. They deserve credit for their vitality.
They're all so lovely individually, but I think they look downright awe-inspiring, and so many of them are gathered together in one place.
I don't know. It's hard to relax with all of them eyeballing us at once.
Yeah, I guess owls do seem to stare.
You've done well.
He's at it again.
Come on, you know you like it.
Frankly, I never thought you'd gather so many of us.
You are so quick to rescue those in need. You have given us a big, happy family.
We're on the brink of extinction. We must work together if we are to change our fate.
You carry a heavy burden.
Don't you worry. We can change fate. You won't be alone. I promise.
This isn't just your fight. I'm here for you too. I want us both to be together.
That was you interpreting for the owls, right?
Yeah, of course.
It's nice to see everyone getting along, but perhaps we should be moving on.
Just who was that conversation between?
Try not to think about it too much. Besides, there's still a few empty perches left.
We've come this far? Why stop now, right?
Hey, Hootle. Once we've managed to gather all the owls, after that... Huh?
We finally made it.
We should be able to cook here.
I wonder if you're as soft as you look.
What do you know?
I wonder what...
Well,
Well, no
I thought...
against the beside.
Yeah,
looks perfect.
Kisara, let's talk for a bit. Thinking some more about how to realize your ideals?
No. Actually, I've been trying not to obsess about it as much as before. I find when I think too much about my ideals, I get hung up on the reality of things and lose sight of what's really important. I know what it's like to go hungry, to lose your family. That should be reason enough to fight for a better society, so nobody else has to. Sorry about that.
Even thinking about things will make you hungry after a while. You wait here. I'll go whip something up for you.
Thanks for the food.
What's so funny?
Nothing. Just impressed at how good of a cook you've become.
Well, we've been on this journey for a while now, so I've had more than a few opportunities to hone my skills.
Yeah, and now I have a good meal in me. There's a simple kind of happiness that comes with that, you know? One that's more powerful and convincing than complicated logic can be.
That reminds me of something Law said, about how talking too much doesn't put food in people's stomachs.
That sounds like Law. But it's true nonetheless. When you get down to it, all you really need is enough food to keep you full and to be surrounded by people you love. Everything else comes second.
Speaking of people you love, I haven't heard you talk about Miguel much lately.
Wow, okay. Way to make me feel like the worst sister ever. But you're right, I haven't. If I'm honest, I think it's because I finally found other people I love just as much. Whatever kind of society we end up having after this, it needs to be a place where I know you all can be happy. That's my starting point for now. Don't worry. Once I finish folding these clothes, I'll go to sleep. Before we go, do you guys have everything?
This place is rather gloomy.
Why don't you lighten the mood for us while we're here then?
I'll see what I can do.
I've got a really bad feeling about this. If it's in the sky, it's mine. Here!
Eat this!
I don't really
You're mine! I'm not done!
Air
you heal me?
Hold on to your heart. Here I come!
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Listen! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
There you go, Alphen!
It's time to end this battle!
I'm right beside you! Raging Storm!
Vacuum Blade! Sword Rain
Now!
Alpha!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
All disasters may pass again! Come forth and feel
Vacuum Blade!
Do it!
Absolutely! In an instant! Impact Block!
So I still had room to grow.
Bad feeling about this.
Stay calm. I shall provide assistance.
Will this help?
Burn!
Insects will stay on the ground.
Can't get out of this!
We got flyers!
I've got this! Let him march to handle it!
All yours!
Do it!
Totally! In an instant! Impact Block! We work well together.
Finally time to go.
Now!
An Astro Art?
That's my shield in the sky! It's mine!
Shut him down! The flame inside me
Bring you
yearns
down.
to be let free! Sword Rain Alpha! Burn in hell!
Take it!
You're mine! No escape! Dragon Form!
Shine! Radiant light! Force of regeneration!
Running your dreams!
Dragon Form!
Regenerate!
I owe you one. How about this?
I'm ready! Now!
Not much longer to go.
Come on, one final push.
Let's do this together, Alphen.
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Now! You're mine!
Everlasting darkness!
Negative gate! This is bad, right?
Yes, Alvin. Very bad.
I don't feel
This one's all mine! Dragon Form!
Do it! Nothing gets by.
Totally! In an instant! Impact Block!
I think I'm getting stronger.
That equipment should come in handy. Way.
Come one,
get out
come
of
on!
this!
Winds of heaven! First force!
There! Shockwave!
Resonate with the
driving you mad!
Pesky airborne scoundrel!
Then this sounds like a job for yours truly! I'm all stopped up!
I'm ready!
Astral energy!
Say no more! Shut!
Well done!
Dragon Swarm! My turn!
Here goes!
Mirage!
Radiant
Sword
here!
Rain Alpha! I'm ready! Chill!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Haha! Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood. Is the blazing sword okay?
A little water's not going to hurt it.
This cavern is surprisingly big. Not to mention nice and cool, too.
The way the light from the glowing stones reflects in the water. It almost feels like a dream.
What, this damp and slimy place? Are we looking at the same thing?
I have a bad feeling about this. Dream! One more!
You picked the wrong fight!
Blah, blah, blah!
Weak now.
That'll bring you down! Far beyond the dark sky! I hold on thee! Leave the enemy's arcs to me!
Now,
No complaints here!
Dragon Swarm!
Lightning!
Robson's pain.
I got it!
In a bind?
Damn it!
Healing
Dragon
cycle!
Swarm!
I owe you, Tion. Healing is what my arts do best. All mine can do is cause havoc and destruction.
Save you!
Let me help.
Sword Rain Alpha!
Illuminate the dark! By the
Dragon Swarm! Vacuum Blade!
Reload!
Radiant light!
I'll cover you.
Dragon Swarm!
Recover! Don't mind if I do. Radiant
We
light!
must be tired of healing me.
I'm merely doing what I can to help. Yours are not the skills of just any warrior.
Save your compliments. We have to move.
With an end, however.
Dragon Swarm! There!
In here! I will handle it.
I have no
Radiant
limits!
light! Force of
Regeneration! My turn! Here I come! Sword Rain Alpha!
Annihilation!
Now I can let loose!
Is that a healing art?
It is. I can't ignore your pain, and I'll try to be more careful.
I'll burn it all! Flaming Pillar! Fire!
Here, let me help.
Not a chance! It's time! Crush!
Thunder Field!
Sword Rain Alpha!
Recover when it is charged!
I'm ready! Totally! In an instant! Impact Block!
We may be a touch beyond our depth.
We barely got a look at the thing.
Let's see what you've got.
This one's mine!
Dragon Swarm! You picked the wrong
There.
fight!
Go! Where are you going?
Dragon
These
Swarm!
things really get on my nerves.
Far enough! Here, let me help.
Pesky airborne scoundrel.
Sounds like a job for yours truly.
We can't lay a finger on it.
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished. With your flames and my technique,
We're stronger together than we are apart.
Retreat if you know what's good for you. I shall ensure you survive this. Can't get out of this!
you're mine!
Holy
I'm not done!
Radiant light here!
Dragon Swarm!
Radiant light here!
Sword Rain Alpha! We got fire!
I've got this! Let him march for him!
Now! All yours!
I'm ready! By the power of water!
Yours are not the skills of just any warrior.
Save your compliments. We have to move.
Risen and
Tornado Alpha!
Air thrust!
Double demon blast! Lunar escape!
Lunar correction! Winds of heaven! Lunar blast!
Take it!
I can handle it! Cyclone!
Dragon Swarm! The flame inside me yearns to be let free!
Fear! Here's evil!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Step back! This one's all law!
Come and face me! Here I come!
Not on my watch! Radiant Desert Seal!
Dragon Swarm! Burn!
Searing Flare!
Swordling enough!
Where are you going?
reflect on
Will this help?
An astral arm?
In a
That's
bind?
my cue!
Shut him down! Dragon Swarm!
Here's a hero!
Armor won't save you!
I owe you one!
Dance in the...
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno! Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
My turn! Take this!
Mega Ray!
Tear! Turning right spear! You're mine!
This isn't ideal.
You picked the wrong fight! Bloody howling! Dragon Swarm! Doubly! In an instant! Impact block! We work well together.
Like a finely timed waltz.
Dragon Swarm! Swordling Alpha! There!
I didn't want to put you out.
What are friends for if we can't depend on one another?
You're right. I'll bear that in mind.
Now we're not...
Dragon Swarm!
Can't get out of this!
Here's a healing arc!
Swordling Alpha!
Now!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Dance in the
My
wind!
turn! Take this! Start up!
What's in the sky is mine! I'll be saving this!
My natural defenses are fading.
I'm a sitting duck!
Retreat from the side.
Retreat! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Our superiority was undeniable.
It feels invigorating to dominate a battle.
I was certain I saw you yawn.
Come now, I'm certainly not that relaxed.
You got company! Will this help? Where are you going?
Yearning to be let free!
Rise and ready!
There! Eat this!
I can feel the medicine working.
Dragon Swarm!
Armor won't save you!
The flame inside me
Now!
yearns to feel!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
There you go, Alphen!
Time to end this battle!
Here I'm right beside you! Now!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
I can feel my precision improving.
Don't get careless!
Don't tell me!
Mine! Don't mind if I do! Here's a healing arc! Sparkling stars of light!
You picked the wrong fight!
Dragon
Flying free! Why can't they just sit still?
Sion, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done!
Dragon Swarm!
The enemy wields arts too.
You'll soon see about that!
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Will this help? Far
Here I
beyond the
come!
darkened sky!
My turn!
I all about the sea!
Allow me in a bind.
Dragon!
Don't suffer in silence.
Mega Ray!
Let them die today. They
Look now, like a blade!
Back to Tom!
It's go time!
Mega Ray!
Mirage! Here I come!
Sky is mine!
Rush!
Our arts are being interrupted.
Now!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Now!
Here's the
Take
evil!
this!
The flames will roar!
Soaring Light Spear!
Dream.
Here I come!
On now! Astral energy!
Say no more!
No complaints from me. Really bad feeling about this.
That'll bring you down.
Raymond, stay away from my friend!
Here, let me help.
Ignite!
Air drop! First aid!
Come on!
Raging just a bit.
Strike!
Field! More for the stockpile! Here, let me help.
Denied!
Dragon Form!
Up and out!
Sword Rain Alpha! Vacuum Blade!
Begin!
Sword Rain Alpha!
Elusive deity!
Sword Rain Alpha!
Not my walk!
No dawn shall break this night!
It's over!
The waters of magic is there!
Elusive deity!
I've been hit with something!
So even a masochist has his limits.
Not feeling so great.
Here goes!
Not today!
Reflect on thy
Here I come!
They smite
Not my walk!
Dragon!
I don't know what I'd do without you.
Perhaps maybe I can
I really don't.
Now!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
on
Now!
Oh, sparkling radiant light! Here!
Ah,
Rain down
this
and
is
purify all!
rending you apart!
Sword Rain Alpha!
Bloody
Here I come! Dragon Swarm!
I'm ready!
Here, let me help! I never miss!
Sword Rain Alpha!
I'm ready! Frozen!
Hammer!
With a total of
Not a chance!
on stage one!
Another time! Dragon Swarm! Eat dirt!
Sorry, you do the same for me.
Dragon Swarm! Vacuum I'm ready! In an instant! Impact Block! We work well together.
Finding time won't.
Sword Rain Alpha! Explosive Ray! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
This won't be easy.
Take this!
Don't be such a pessimist.
Dragon Dust!
Hey, now you see what I can do!
Dragon Swarm!
Glacier Spear! Here's evil!
Try this! Explosive Ray!
Take this!
Here's a healing
You're mine! Burn!
On your
Dragon
Don't
Swarm!
mind if I do.
Sword Rain Alpha!
Take it! Take this!
There!
Take this! Leave the charge with me!
Try harder!
This one's mine.
Not
Raging Storm!
Let me free you of it!
I'm ready! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
On your
Now! Take this!
I call upon
I'm not
thee.
done!
Far enough!
Vacuum Blade!
Raging
To the flame inside me yearns to be let free! Burn! Dragon Form! Try this!
Be careful not to overdo it.
I'm sorry. I'll do better.
Sword Rain
Now
Alpha!
playing nice.
I can carve through armor! Force of regeneration!
No escape! You're finished! It's too much!
Glacier Spear! Here's evil! Here! You are in tip-top shape.
As soon as I'm done here, come help out.
How could a girl ever say no?
As impressive as always.
Here I hope that wasn't true.
No, I mean, you're even better than ever. I've never seen Xion actually look flustered. This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
My exploits are bearing fruit.
We should be able to cook here. You can never be too prepared. But did we have... Alphen, do you understand what...
It's finished. Hopefully the others...
Dohalim, care if I hang out for a while? I wanted to ask you something.
I'm all ears.
How much contact did you have with the other lords back in the day?
I only saw or exchanged words with them on a handful of occasions. Not that I was particularly keen on even that much.
Almeidrea made it sound like the two of you had some kind of history together.
She was like that with all of the lords, not just me. She was always interested in who she could use, who had value for her own ends. Having said that, she wasn't quite so brazen back when we were still in Lenegus. In a sense, she may have been a victim of the crown contest as well.
Almeidrea? A victim?
To a Renin, there is no greater honor in life than being chosen to serve as a lord, let alone to go on and become the next sovereign. We are taught that from the day we leave the womb. There are few Renins who wouldn't be ecstatic at the prospect of ascending to lordship.
You were like that though, right? You've always struck me as a more grounded guy.
No sane Renin would ever dare admit that their interests lie in anything but power and prestige, even if they feel so in their heart of hearts.
The more you talk about it, the more it seems like the crown contest is nothing but misery for Renans, too.
Which is why I seek to end it. Not that I imagine Danans such as Rinwell are all that interested in hearing tales of woe such as mine. We'd best get ready for tomorrow. Shall we get moving?
That's no ordinary stray there.
We'd best...
So this...
He's the one who polluted the pond!
Consider this payback for all those fish! The flashing light is their weak point!
You must... Tired of hearing me. An
It's
astral
raining
march?
swamp. That's my cue.
Shut him down! Dragon Swarm! Sword Rain Alpha!
Far enough!
It's about to strike.
Look sharp, everyone!
Demon Flame! Back into the fray!
Dragon Phantom! Not today!
Now you see what I can do!
Annihilation! The flame
Dragon
Burning
Alive! Plenty for you all!
Laser spear! Now! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
There you go, Elfin!
It's time to end this battle!
I'm right beside you!
I'm not done! Come here, stay away from my friend! Dragon Swarm!
I'll bring you back from death to this!
Sword Rain Alpha! Stay inside me, good! You picked the wrong fight!
Radiant
Dragon Swarm!
Now, let me help!
Go me! In an instant! Impact block! We work well together.
Like a finely timed... waltz.
Why'd you heal me?
To stop you dying?
You'll pay for that! Dragon Swarm!
I may have bit off more than I could chew.
No escape! This one's all
Won't give up!
Ignite!
Thunder Field! Arc Field!
That was quite the little adventure we went on.
Well, it's the moment of truth.
This lady better hold together once we're up in the air.
Law, don't say that! You're going to jinx us!
Speaking of which, Alphen, this bucket of bolts got a name?
A name? You know, I'm not sure she ever had one. I never really thought about it.
Well, after all the trouble we went through to find her, we should give her one, right? I was thinking something like...
Fall Knights.
Huh?
It means owl in the ancient tongue. Literally, the one drawn to the skies.
I like it. Sounds perfect for our little escapade.
Not sure I'm completely convinced, but... well, it's as good a name as any. From now on, she'll be known as the Fall Knights.
Okay, people. We have two goals. First, we need to get to Lenegis and make the Renans finally leave Dana alone. And then, we need to figure out the truth behind Shion's thorns and find a way to save her. Sound good? All right, then let's go.
You know, I can still hardly believe it.
Believe what?
I mean, just look at it. The whole of existence, crammed inside a tiny frame.
Now that you mention it, I guess you're right. It does look more like a painting than a living, breathing world.
From up here, all the struggles we've been through feel so insignificant.
Nothing like realizing how small you are to put everything into perspective. Kinda makes the differences between the Renans and the Danans feel pretty small too, huh?
How much longer until we reach Lenegis?
There are better ways to use your time than napping. We should take a moment to familiarize ourselves with the facilities on board before arrival.
Good idea. The starship may end up serving as our base of operations once we're down there. Think you'll be all right with the controls?
You mean the one set to automatic pilot? I dare say I'll manage. I'm basically just here to supervise.
In that case, she's all yours.
Everything okay, Shion? You seem a little different.
Different? Like in a bad way different?
No, not at all. You seem more driven lately, like you found a zest for life. It suits you.
You okay? Feeling airsick?
Actually, now that you mention it, not at all. These starships are a remarkably smooth ride, all things considered. Nothing like being at sea, thank goodness.
Glad to hear it. That device there caught your eye, huh?
I was just wondering what it is. It looks big enough to fit a person inside of it.
It's a healing pod. It fixes injuries and illnesses.
Oh, you don't say. Well, that should definitely come in handy if any of us get injured while we're down there. Alphen? Was it something I said?
No, I was just thinking back to when I escaped Lenegis, that's all. What with the ceremony and losing control, I was a total mess. Naori laid me inside here.
So, you're saying you got in this thing straight after escaping? But that mean you were inside for 300 years?
Yes, it sounds crazy, I know. But don't even ask me why I stayed asleep all that time.
That's definitely quite some lie-in, all right. But still, whether you meant to or not, I sure am glad that it's this century that you finally woke up in.
What do you mean?
With the amount of fighting we've done, we would have never made it this far without you. And not only that, but... Alphen, can you recall back to what it is that I said to you? Back when we left Menancia? About the dream of coexistence, and needing to learn what it entailed?
Of course. That's why you came with us, right? To learn what you couldn't at home.
Even in that time, I was well aware that what I was living was a lie. But at the same time, I also felt really compelled to fulfill my brother's wishes. I'll always remember him fondly. But the coexistence we're fighting for isn't for him. It's for people now, and those still to come. The world's bigger than just Menancia. My dream is for all Danans, wherever they might be, to be free. If I've learned anything on this journey, it's that. And the one who brought me along was you, Alphen. I'll forever be grateful to you.
Well, we're not out of this forest just yet. You should probably save your thanks. At least, until we've dealt with the Red Woman.
I know. But whatever we find when we get down there, I'm through looking the other way.
Kisara.
Probably getting a little ahead of myself, huh? Let's take things one step at a time.
Hey, Alphen, listen to this! So Law and I were just talking and...
Hey, shut up!
What's got Law all flustered?
Only that he's afraid of flying, the big baby. And after all that fuss he made about naming the ship, too.
Hey, I never said I was scared. I just think it's, you know, a little unsettling how we're going to be cruising through space in a glorified tin can. That's all.
It's a starship, dummy. That's what it's supposed to do. I don't think there's anything strange about it.
Well, maybe you're the one with the problem then.
Guys. I'm no expert, but I think we can trust Renin technology. It got me to Dana in one piece, remember?
Oh, that's a good point. If you think so, Alphen, it must be okay. Don't you agree, Law?
Hard to argue with that, seeing how you hitched a ride in one of these things before, Alphen. It's just wrong, okay?
Is something wrong?
No. I was merely thinking how it had been 7 years, that's all.
You mean since you became a lord and left Lenegis? I guess even someone like you can get homesick, huh?
I am as prone to sentimentality as any other. Tell me, though, you too have a history with Lenegis. A traumatic one, no less. This trip will probably mean facing up to some difficult emotions. Doesn't that frighten you?
Well, it is a place where I took the lives of countless people. I'd be lying if I said I hadn't thought about it. But I can't keep running forever. The past is what it is. There's no changing that. But the future's what we make it.
I see.
Dohalim?
Forgive me. I was wrong to pry. We have more pressing matters to address. Come back and speak to me when you finish looking around the ship.
We'll be going to Lenegis soon.
This must feel like a homecoming of sorts to you, huh? What was life on Lenegis like back then? You know, before you came to Dana.
Let's just say, I don't have many happy memories. I've had thorns my whole life, for as long as I can remember. They called it treatment, but in truth, they were just using me as a guinea pig for their research.
You mean, they experimented on you?
That's right. All I was to them was a riddle to solve. They poked and prodded me, trying to figure out what triggered my thorns or changed the form they took. Day in and day out, every single day, one test after another. I'm still surprised they didn't try to dissect me. The look they gave me whenever one of them touched my skin. How could I forget it? Reeling from the pain, like I was a monster or something. Some existence, huh? A blight on any I touched. Helplessly complicit in their pain. I thought things couldn't get any worse, but then they did. I started to have nightmares, visions of the coming apocalypse. Is it any wonder I lacked a cheery disposition? Unable to so much as touch another soul. Loneliness was my best friend. Sure, I survived, but with the knowledge that one day I'd be swallowed up by oblivion. And that's when it hit me. If I was going to die, then it should mean something. If I have to sacrifice myself to save the world, so be it.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you relive that.
No, it's fine. I'm in a much better place now.
You say it's your destiny to die so that others can live. But why not the other way around? Why shouldn't we be the ones dying to save you?
Are you crazy? Why would you sacrifice your life for...
That's exactly my point. Why should you have to give up your life just because you drew the short straw in the destiny stakes? How is that even right? It's that logic that's used to justify slavery, as if some of us were just meant to be sacrificed. This struggle was never about saving only ourselves. But that doesn't mean we have to give up our own lives to save everyone else's either. If we're doing this to protect people, if we're doing this to save the world from destruction, then that has to include saving each other as well.
A world free of sacrifice. That's what you've been fighting for all along, isn't it?
Not just me. We're in this together, remember? This fight is yours too, Xion. If we're going to win, everyone has to win. There can be no room for losers in this fight. Now I see it. The true nature of our struggle.
A victory without losers. But that means that a Danon victory over Rena can't be the end. Do you think we can pull it off?
You bet we can pull it off. We have to. It's the only hope we have of things ever changing.
Yeah, you're right. No one's ever changed the future without aiming for the stars. We can do this. Together.
Is everyone about ready? We'll soon be making preparations to land.
Before we do that, just what exactly should we expect when we get down there?
Kisara has a point. Now that I think of it, I don't know the first thing about Lenegis.
I'd like to hear more too. It's been centuries since I was last there, and they didn't exactly give me the grand tour.
Very well. First and foremost, Lenegis was the base of operations in charge of the crown contest on Dana. Of course, it also happens to be a city in its own right, complete with its own independent society. Its social structure is based on a strict hierarchy. Put simply, the strength of an individual's astral arts carries great weight.
Enough to determine someone's social rank, you mean? But astral arts are innate, right? So people's positions are fixed at birth.
They can be honed with the right training, and there are admittedly other factors at play. But yes, that's basically the gist. As a result, family lines that churn out lords and their contenders wield disproportionate influence, and those lineages are treated as nobility.
Those capable of only weak astral arts are effectively an underclass, denied the right to descend to Dana even if they wanted to. Still, even the lowest rung on the Renin ladder is considered superior to being a Danan. Keep that in mind down there.
Thanks for the warning. As a lord, Dohalim must have been pretty high up in the pecking order, right? What about you, Shion?
Come on, you've seen her skill with astral arts. You really need to ask?
Fair point.
On arts alone, you're right. I'd have been sitting pretty. But you're forgetting my thorns. They weren't exactly an invitation to high society.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. It's refreshing to be around someone who says what they're thinking. Life's less complicated that way.
Jeez, give backhanded compliments much?
Wait a second. Are you? He is! Law's blushing!
I am not!
Of course, separating people into castes based on something arbitrary like arts is discrimination at its worst. As if such simplistic criteria could ever be a measure of someone's worth.
So this Red Woman, are we expecting to find her on Lenegis?
I would wager so. Lenegis is too deeply involved in all this to discard the possibility. Chances are she's also connected to the Renis Alma being stolen from us in Pelegion.
If the Renis Alma is being used to exploit Dana, we need to take it back at all costs.
That Red Woman's got a lot to answer for. Just as well I've got a ton of questions.
We're about to land. The descent could be a little bumpy, so brace yourselves.
If there are clues about your thorns out there, Shion, we'll find them. There's no one here. I wasn't expecting a welcome mat, but still.
Lenegis's infrastructure is largely automated. Besides, people won't be expecting incoming traffic while the crown contest is still underway.
Do you think anyone realizes that we're here?
We may not have received a royal welcome, but I doubt our entrance went unnoticed. Don't let your guard down.
I really hope we don't have to fight anybody while we're here.
So now what? We've come all this way on a hunch that this Red Woman is here, right? And if we're lucky, the Renis Alma too. Any idea where we should start looking?
There is an area of the city that is accessible only to the Sovereigns, known as the Forbidden Zone. That seems as good a place as any for us to start.
Forbidden? What are they hiding?
I don't know, hence my desire to find out. Fortunately, we just so happen to have a sovereign in our midst. In any case, changing the shape of a huge structure such as Lenegis would have required an immense source of power.
Then you think that source might have been the Renis Alma?
Precisely. Alphen said that he remembered the Renis Alma being used in the spirit channeling ceremony 3 centuries ago. Whatever the ceremony's purpose, if preparations are underway for it to be held once more, then the Renis Alma might be in the same place as last time, possibly together with the Red Woman. Hiding something of that worth in the residential quarters would only court trouble. In which case...
It stands to reason we should be looking somewhere normally out of bounds. Is that it?
Indeed.
But it's been over 300 years since I was made a sovereign. You can't seriously think I'll be able to waltz right into the place after all this time.
There's only one way to find out. If there's even a chance you can get us in, I say we give it a shot.
Shion's right. Who knows? We might even find a clue to her thorns while we're at it.
All right. It's not like we're swimming in leads, so let's try to track down the Forbidden Zone. Beyond that wall line, it's a city